Matthew Struble, and today we're going to be going through a little bit of Qigong and a little bit of Tai Chi. It's going to be a short 45-minute class, so if you have any questions, you can find me on Instagram or Facebook later. I'm just Matthew Struble. We're just going to start off with a quick warm-up, not too much exercise, and then we're going to move into some Qigong for respiratory health. And then I thought that since we're all kind of cooped up right now, I think that it's good to remember that Tai Chi is a very big and open art form. And so even though we're in a confined space, this is now a time that we can create our own bubble and be as big as we want in our own space. And so with that, let's get started. We're just going to start with a little warm up to get all of our joints working so that we can step later without popping anything. So we're going to start with the head. We're just going to nod our head forward, take our head back, take it gently. This is a good time to start your breath. Then ear to shoulder, take the right ear down and then the left. Be gentle on yourself. It's still pretty early in the morning. Then we're going to take it in a whole circle. One direction and then the other. Good. Now we'll just take that circle into our shoulders, roll your shoulders forward and backwards. And then open up your arms, do some circles forward. And backwards. Really feel the stretch through your pec muscles and your shoulders, maybe your biceps as you go back. And open up your chest, swing your arms out, feel the stretch through your chest. Very nice. Swing your right arm across your body and capture your elbow with your left. Stretch out your shoulder. And switch. Very nice. Then swing your right arm behind your head. Grab your elbow if you're able. If not, maybe just reach down your back. You can grab your wrist. Feel a stretch through your tricep. And switch. Shake it out. And we're just going to make some hip circles. So circle your hips one direction. Nice big circles. Feel the stretch through your inner thighs. One direction and then the other direction. And then let's see if we can tighten up that circle. So see if you can just take the circle into only your hips. Go back and forth, kind of like a hula dancer. Oh, we have a cat. Sorry, folks. Try to feel as though your spine is a string and it's just holding your hip bones and your hips are just rotating around on the bottom of the string. Good. Now we'll take our hands, rub them together. Get them warm, and then rub out one knee. Make sure you warm up all the cartilage surrounding your knee. Knees are very important, not just in Tai Chi, but in every day. We use them constantly. And there's a lot of stepping. Later on when we get into the Tai Chi, we're going to take bow stances, a lunge stance. And you can take that low if you're able, so get your knees warmed up. And we'll put our feet together and just rotate one direction with your knees. And then the other. This is just a gentle warm up to wake you up on Saturday morning. And then put your left toes on the ground, rotate out your ankle, both directions. Make it feel good. There might be some snaps and crackles in there. Other foot. Very nice. Good. Now we're gonna get out into a horse stance. So take your feet wider than shoulder width apart, toes pointed forward, knees pressed out. We want knee health today. Don't let your knees collapse in, we want them out. And we're gonna take our hands to our thighs with your thumbs on the inside. Inhale and puff up through your chest. Exhale, drop your left shoulder down towards the right side of the room. Press out on your left hip. This is a hip stretch, not a back stretch. Inhale to center. Exhale, right shoulder down. One more time, either side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one, inhale up. Exhale down, good. Now we're gonna keep our feet wide. Bring your weight into your right foot and lift your left toes off the ground. See how far you can squat into your right leg while keeping your chest upright. You might be able to get all the way down, feel a stretch through your inner thigh, and then take it to the other side. Sink down. This is building strength and length in your legs. Switch it back and forth a few times. Good. Always listen to your body. If your knee or anything else hurts, then just back off a little bit. Good job. So now we're just going to warm up our legs a little bit for the exercise that's going to come next. So I want us to just put our hands on our hips and we'll lunge forward and back. So step out your right foot, lunge down, stack your knee over your ankle. Don't let your knee go beyond. Step out left. And we'll just do a few. Take them at your own pace. This isn't an exercise class. This is Tai Chi, and we're just warming up for it. Although Tai Chi is all about balance in your legs. Good. We have a Tai Chi Gato joining us. All right. Now take your feet shoulder width apart, and we're just going to do some squats. So squat all the way down. Try to keep your chest upright. We're not bending forward. We're squatting down, up. Exhale down and stand up. If you want a little extra, as you come up, just kick, come down, kick opposite foot, down, up, down, up. That looks really nice. We like to keep our hands in front of our face. This is a martial art, even though it's very gentle. Good. So that was just a little warm up for our legs. Hopefully your quads are nice and warm. And now we're just going to center ourselves before we move into Tai Chi. And so the way we're going to do this is with Qi Gong. And this is going to connect breath to movement. And there's a couple of things we want to focus on when we're doing Qi Gong. So we always want to make sure that our feet are shoulder width apart, slight bend in the knees, tailbone should be tucked up, spine straight, shoulders rolled back, and you should have a feeling as though the crown of your head is being pulled by a string to the top of the room. You want a straight spine. Chi is sort of like our life essence, and we can build it and cultivate it. And when we do that, we store it in our dantian. And so this is going to be the most important part that we talk about today, the lower dantian. So if you put 2 fingers below your belly button, your dantian is about 1 inch inside, and it's about the size of a fist. And so as we practice, we want to keep our jaw lightly clenched with the tongue to the roof of our mouth. And we inhale through the nose. As we do, feel your belly expand. And as we exhale, feel it collapse. Make it slow and natural. You can cross your hands on your belly just to feel it rise and fall underneath. This is our natural breath. I always say that it's just like a baby. If you've ever seen a newborn baby, they lay on their back and they breathe, and their little belly rises and falls. And that baby was born knowing how to breathe like that. And as we grow up, society stacks pressure on our shoulders, and we rise our breath to try to meet those pressures and anxieties that society gives us. So we're here to lower our breath down into our body. Feel the air move throughout all of your muscles. We're here to take off the mask that society makes you wear. And we're here to be like children again, natural. So we'll start with our first movement. Bring your palms face up below your dantian, almost like you're holding a bag in front of you. And we're just going to inhale and rise your hands to chest height. Turn them over. Exhale down. Inhale and rise. Exhale, lower. Try to lengthen your breath to match each movement. In and out. Our next movement is called raising the heavens. So we inhale and rise our hands, and then continue it up through center until you're pressing up the sky above you. And turn your palms over and exhale through center. Inhale and rise. Open up big, shine your chest forward. Exhale down. Good. One more. Inhale and rise. Exhale and lower. Now we raise and lower the chi once more. Inhale to chest height. Exhale and lower. This next movement is separating heaven and earth. So we take our left hand and rise it up through center as we press the palm of our left hand down. Feel a stretch through your side body. And then exhale, right hand comes down, and left rises through center. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, right hand. One more time, either side. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale your left hand down. Hands below your dantian. And we'll raise and lower. Inhale and rise. Exhale and settle. These next two movements are called the white heron fishes and the wise owl gazes. And so these are two motions that are good for respiratory well-being. I thought it was appropriate right now. It just helps us open up our lungs. So we're going to start with the white heron fishes. And so we'll bring our hands out, pressing out to the sides, and then take your right hand up and left hand down. Bring your right hand to the back of your head. The back of your left hand should be on your low back. And we exhale and send your right elbow across your body in a diagonal. Inhale and open up big and switch your hands. Exhale and collapse down. Feel a stretch through your spine. Inhale, open. Exhale. It's like we're a heron casting a shadow on the water to look for fish. Last one. Inhale and rise. Now, for the wise owl gazes, we'll make fists with our hands and bring our fists in near to our ears, elbows out wide. We're going to exhale and collapse our elbows towards each other in front of us. Feel a stretch through your upper back. And then inhale and open up big like a good morning stretch. Exhale and collapse. Inhale, open. Last one. Exhale. And inhale. Shine your heart forward. Now drop your hands, palms up below your dantian. And we'll just inhale and rise to center. Exhale down. And swing your hands outside and rise with an inhale. And press down through center with an exhale. Inhale and imagine you're gathering up energy from around you. And then pressing it down through the crown of your head into your dantian. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale down and cross your hands on your low dantian. And just let your eyes rest shut for a moment. Focus on your breath. If you have any tension built up in any part of your body, maybe your knee or your hip, take your breath into that space and then exhale out the tension. We're standing still right now, but masters always say that we're doing 10,000 things. Always check your body to make sure it's relaxed and in the right position. So before we move on, we'll take a quick stock of our body. We'll start with our forehead. Do you have any wrinkles in it? Is there tension? If so, just let it release. Then your jaw. Is it tightly clenched? Just try to release, only lightly clenching. Are your shoulders rolled back? Spine upright? Tailbone tucked, knees bent, all four corners of your feet attached to the ground. This is a strong position. We're like a tree. Our feet are like roots, and our legs are like the trunks. All right, now flutter your eyes open. And we'll come out of the practice just by rubbing your belly in a clockwise direction. This is good for digestion. Down the descending colon, up the ascending colon. Then make hollow fists with your hands and just tap out your belly. If you want a little more, you can beat it a little bit harder. Then with your hollow fists, take them to the small of your back and rub out the area in between your low ribs and your hip bones. These are your kidneys. This is a good practice to do every morning. Flushes toxins through your system and gets water moving through you. Good. Now take your hands together, rub them together, make them warm, and then rub out your temples, your jaw, maybe your orbital sockets in the back of your neck. Make it feel nice. It's a little chi bath. And shake it out. All right, so now we're ready to move into Tai Chi. And we don't have much time left, maybe only about 20 minutes, so we're going to move through it a little bit quickly, but it's a short form. And so before we start anything, I'm going to show you this form just so that you have a conception in your head. And then we're going to break down every piece of it so that you can follow along. And if you have any questions after class, you can always find me on Instagram or Facebook at Matthew Struble. So this is how the form looks all together. And so that's called 8-step Tai Chi. It's just 8 steps. And so we're going to start by just breaking it down very simply. And so the first thing that we'll go through today is called the bow stance. So we can forget about our hands for now. You can put them on your hips or behind your back and feet together. All we're going to do is send your weight into your left leg and then step your right foot out to the right. Toes pointed to the right. And sink your weight into your right foot until your knee is stacked over your ankle. Keep your shoulders stacked over your hips, back upright. As I sink forward, I turn out my back heel to the other side of the room, to the left side of the room. We want one straight line of energy from our heel to our hip to our shoulders. This protects our knees. Good. Then sink your weight back and pivot your toes to the front of the room. And we'll take out a step to the left. Keep your heels in line. Remember to stack your shoulders over your hips, be upright. If you need a little more exercise, you can step lower. So we'll go back to the right. And if you want, you can go very low with it. Your hips should be at a 45-degree angle to where your front foot is pointed. Come back to center. Last one. Step out left. Very nice. This is a very powerful stance. You should feel very strong here. If you need to, you can be up like this. This is still a bow stance. Good. Now we're going to add in our hands. And this movement is called strike the ears with both fists. So I'm going to start, and it's going to start the exact same way. Feet together, toes pointed forward, and then we send our weight to our left foot, step out right, and as we sink our weight forward, Swing your fists up. They should be at about the level of your ears. Arms extended out. Very nice. Imagine like you're putting your fists on either side of someone's face. Very nice. And then just take it back to center. And we'll take it to the left now. Step out to the left. As we sink forward, swing your hands up. Your weight in your hands should land at the same time. Pivot to the front, one more time either side. Step out right. Pivot your toes forward. Step together. Step out left. Very nice. And back to center. Good. So that's going to be a big part of the form. There's only 8 steps, and 3 of the steps are actually just one on either side. So really, we're just repeating the steps on either side. Makes it easy. So now we're just going to practice the next movement, which is called grasping the sparrow's tail. This one's a little bit more tricky. We're going to start just by holding a ball out in front of us. So raise your hands to chest height, elbows relaxed down, shoulders relaxed. Collapse your chest in. We're not puffing out with our chest. Tai Chi is very relaxed and open to whatever comes toward us. This right in front of you is your world, this circle. And you can do whatever you want in this circle because it's your space. And so if we don't allow anybody into our circle unless we specifically want them there, this is a martial art, so we want to remember what we're protecting, and that is ourselves, our circle, our space. And so we're just gonna relax like this, and then take your left hand down underneath your dantian. Right hand comes up to face it, like we're holding a big beach ball in front of us. Very nice. Now step your left foot to your right, and we're going to put all of our weight into our right foot. Step out into a bow stance, and as I shift my weight, it's like I'm throwing a frisbee with my left hand. I just throw out my left hand, and as I do, I drop my right hand down to protect my groin, palm down, yes, right in front of your groin. Then all we do is reach up with our right hand, almost until it reaches our left, like we're grabbing a piece of rope. We drag it down through center, let your arms swing all the way through, and then your right palm comes to the back of your left wrist, and just press through center. Good. Now separate your hands, sink back, and press forward. Very nice. Now to get to the other side, swing your right arm back and pivot your toes forward. Scoop down with your right hand and step your right foot into your left. Now you'll notice we're holding the ball on the opposite side. So all we have to do, step out your left or your right foot, throw your frisbee to the right, left hand down, protecting your groin, and we reach up with our left hand, pull down, swing your arms through center, left palm to the back of the right wrist, and press through. Separate your hands, sink back, backs of hands come to your chest, and then we just press forward. Very nice. So let's practice that a couple times. I'm going to go through it a few times very slow, and I'll talk our way through it. We're just going to start with our feet together, left hand down below, right hand on top. Very nice. Step out left. Throw your frisbee as we go into a bow stance. Right heel goes back to the right wall. Reach up with your right hand like we're grabbing a piece of rope. Swing your hands through center. Right palm, left wrist. Press through. Separate out your hands. Sink back and press. Swim our right hand over. Step our right foot to our left. Very nice. Step out right. Throw the frisbee. Left hand down. Swing your left hand up to meet your right, like you're grabbing rope, and then pull it down through center. Connect your left palm to the back of your right wrist. Press through. Separate your hands, sink your weight back, and then press forward. Let's try it one more time. I'm not going to talk, even though I really love talking. So we'll start with our left hand down, right hand up, and we'll just go through it. One more time, either side. If you get a little bit mixed up, don't become discouraged. This stuff takes a long time to learn, and it's really good for your brain just to follow movements. Just follow them as best you can. And if you have questions later, you can contact me, and I can help you through it with more detail. So now we have one last movement that's going to come in our form, besides the opening and closing. And so this is going to be kick your left heel out and kick your right heel out. And this is where balance becomes very important in Tai Chi. So we're going to start these motions just from the end of Capture the Sparrow's Tail. So on the left side, we end pushing out in a bow stance. Our left toes pointed towards the left wall, hands pressing up. Then what I'm going to do is scoop down like I'm picking something up above my left thigh. And then I sink my weight back into my right foot. Very nice. Now if you're able, pick up your left knee. And if this is all you have right now, just hold it here. If you want a little more, pull your toes back towards your knee and press your heel out as we open up our hands. Left hand over our left leg, right hand pressing out back. Then we just bring our hands in and step out left again. You can strike the ears with both fists. Very nice. Now let's try it on our right side. We step out into a bow stance. Press forward with your hands. Very nice. Reach down like we're scooping something up, and then send your weight back into your left leg. Lift your knee. If this is all you have right now, that's okay. You can hold it here. It's very good for balance. If you want more, kick out your heel, hold your hands up. Then swoop your hands down, palm up above your right knee. Step out and strike both ears with the fists. Let's try it one more time on either side, okay? So we'll step out to the left, press, and we scoop down and sink our way back. Rise up, kick. Hands come back to center. And then step into another bow stance and swing your fists forward. Very nice. Other side. Step out into a bow stance, press away. Very nice. Scoop your hands down. Weight comes back. Raise your right knee and press out your heel. Everyone falls sometimes, so we don't have to ever be embarrassed. All right, now the last thing we're going to practice before we put this whole thing together is going to be the opening part of the form. So when we start Tai Chi, the reason we started class with Qigong is because we want to center ourselves. We want to connect our breath to our body. We want our mind, our breath, and our body to work as one single unit. And so we start at attention, feet together, toes pointed forward, hands at our side, shoulders rolled back, head upright, jaw lightly clenched, tongue to the roof of your mouth. Then exhale and slowly sink into your knees. Take your weight into your right foot and lift your left heel. And straighten out your left leg and sink your weight to the center. Very nice. Now, we inhale and rise our hands until they're at shoulder height. Exhale down. Let's try that one more time. At attention. Exhale your air and your tension. Lift your left heel. Straighten your left leg. And sink your weight to center. Inhale and rise. Exhale and lower. Good. Now the sequence in between there and our first movement is going to just be opposite circles with our hands. So we're going to take our hands from that position, raise your left and lower your right, and then swing your left hand down and your right hand up, and scoop around to center until we're holding our ball. Very nice. Now, as we do that motion, we're going to step our left foot into our right heel. Good, just like that. So let's practice all together as one motion. At attention. Exhale and sink down. Left heel rises. Sink to middle. Inhale and rise. Exhale and fall. Left hand circles up and around and step together. Now we're right in the position to move into grasping the sparrow's tail. So I'm going to walk us through this entire form while speaking through every single piece. And then we're going to go through one more time without speaking and see if you can follow along. So here we go. We start feet together at attention. Exhale, down, relax. Raise your left heel. Step out. Inhale and rise. Exhale, lower. Opposite circles. Step together. Now it's grasping the sparrow's tail. Step out left and throw your frisbee. And reach up like we're grabbing some rope and pull down through center. Connect your right fingers to your left palm. Push through center. Break your hands apart, sink back, and press. Good. Now we move into the next one, the kick. So we scoop up above our left knee and bring our weight back into our right foot. Now lift your left knee, press out left. Bring your palms face up above your left knee, bow stance, and strike the ears. Now swim your right hand back and around, scoop up from below and step your right foot into your left. Now we're holding the ball on the opposite side. Step out right foot, throw your frisbee, reach up, pull down through center, swing your hands up, left hand to right palm, push through center, separate hands, sink back, and press. Now we scoop up above our right knee, step back, raise your knee if this is all you have, otherwise press out, and swoop your hands above your right knee, and bow stance, strike both ears. Now we end the form, sweep your left hand across center, step your feet back to shoulder width apart, hands rise together through center, turn your palms to face down, hands come back out to shoulder width, exhale your hands down to your knees. Straighten up and step together. And that is 8-step Yang style Tai Chi. So we don't have much time left. We're just gonna run through it one more time. And again, if you have any questions, just contact me after. So, start at attention. And I'm just gonna go through without talking. Very good. And so that's going to conclude class for today. If you have any questions, you can find me on Matthew Struble on Instagram or Facebook. I'd like to give a shout out to Lydia at Swan Sports. She was the one who got me in contact. Look her up on swansports.org or Instagram and Facebook. Again, my name is Matthew Struble. This was Yang Style Tai Chi. Thank you very much.